Happy Friday, degenerates. Short day in the market, closed at 1. It's 1:30 now as I record. I will post this up in a bit. But let's talk about strategy first. Up 1.18%. Looks like it has hit bottom. We don't know. It's still below the 20 moving average. So we'll take it. We'll take a good day any time. So that's that. Let's talk about the market in general, as far as our funds are concerned. We track the high yield income, the covered call ETFs, the option ETFs, because they're not all covered calls. But this is Rex. Nvidia was down 1.82. NVII from Rex down 2.06 as expected. A little bit of leverage here. So when things go up, Rex goes up more. When things go down, Rex goes down more. But everything, looks pretty good. Coinbase up 2.96. COII up 2.97. We'll take that. And let's see. Eli Lilly down 2.68. LLII only down 1.62, so only captured half of that loss, about half. So that's not bad. Everything else pretty flat, flat day. Overall, the underlyings were up 0.2, Rex shares up 0.23, so they captured more, as we talk about. 1.2 is kind of what they aim for on the upside. And it's 1.19 they captured of that. Let's look at yield max real quick. See if anything stands out. Go to the top. Looks pretty good. Salty down 2.11 because that is a short fund. Alti up 0.88. Pretty much a green market today. And so Salty will go down in that case. Anything else stand out? Let's see. Like I said, pretty flat. Coinbase up 2.96. Coney up 1.72. So that is 58% capture of the upside. We like to see a lot more than that, but it is what it is. Circle Internet Group up 10%. Circo only captured about half, 5.77%. Captured 57% of that gain. We want to see more than 57%. At least 75-80 in my opinion. Tesla was pretty flat, up 0.84. Crash was down 0.53 as expected. That is an inverse on Tesla. Carvana was up 4.76. Carvani up 3.21. That's a 67% capture. That's a little better. Nvidia was down 1.82. And the inverse dips was up 1.9. Pretty much 1 for 1 there. Again, no leverage with yield max. They kind of go 1 for 1 with the underlying. They try to anyway. Disney was up 1. Disso was up 0.69. DraftKings was up 2.98. And Dre was up 2.12. So that's not bad. 71% capture. That's better. Meta 2.26 up. Phoebe up 1.75. 77% capture. That's kind of what we want to see with these funds. Coinbase up 2.96, we said. Fiat down 2.37, as expected. That's a short fund. Gold miners up 2.07. GDXY up 2.07. You can't beat that. 100% capture. GameStop was up 4.23. Gamey was up 2.72. That's a 64% capture. Google was pretty flat. GUI was down a little. HIMS up 3.7. HIYY up 2.3. And again, we'll take green. Robinhood was up 0.23%, and Hui was down 0.58%. But this is X date for these, for these funds. They declared Wednesday. And so the distribution is reflected in the price. JPMO was up. JITMO was up. Mara was up 6.3%. Maro up 3.01, so only less than half. We want to see more. Moderna was up 3.88. Murni up 2.25. That is a 58% capture. But anytime Murni's up, we're happy. I do own Murni. Very small amount. And by the way, we'll do a tomorrow when we do our top 10. We'll do a portfolio update, my portfolio, and show you exactly what I have in these funds, and total returns, all that good stuff. Total transparency. Again, none of this is financial advice. Consult with a financial advisor and do your own research. You know the drill there. Microsoft was up a little. MSFO was up. Strategy was up 0.88. We'll take that. MST up 1.08. They captured 123% of the gain. Captured the full gain plus 23%. So we will take that. Let's see. Netflix captured more than the gain on Netflix, which was 1.35. That's 111% capture. Again, we said NVIDIA was down 1.82. NVIDIA down 1.42. So they captured less of the loss, 77% of the loss, as designed. ARC up 1.55. OARC up 0.5. 33% capture, looks like. Palantir up a little. Plady up a little less, but up. We'll take it. PayPal up 1.42. PayPal up 0.36. Roblox up 2.4. Robly up 2.1. That's a good capture. That's 87%. That's what we want right there. Reddit was up 4.26. Ready up 2.23, about half. Super Microcomputer up 3.11. SimC up 2.23. That is a 71% capture. Snowflake was pretty flat, up a little. Snoy was down quite a bit. 1.51%. I don't know why. I mean, it is X day, so. Tesla, like I said, 0.84. Tesla up 0.86. Capture the full amount and then a little. Taiwan Semiconductor, TSM, up 0.53. TSMY up 0.31. Strategy we talked about, winter was down about as much as MSTR was up because it's a short fund. And winter's been on a tear. We don't need to talk about that. ExxonMobil up 1. Zomo up 0.96, pretty close. At Block, which is XYZ, up 2.68. XYZY up 1.66. That is a 61% capture. iBit up 1. Ybit up 0.83, so they captured 81%. We like that. The Qs were up 0.81. And the short Qs down 0.35, so as expected. Overall, underlyings were up on average 1.89 for YieldMax, and YieldMax was up 1.06 on average. That's a 56% capture on average. Defiance, a lot of green with Defiance. In fact, the only one down was HOII, down 0.21. Everything else was green. Yeah. Defiance, underlyings were up 1.28. Defiance was up 1.55 as a whole. They captured the full amount plus 21%, as expected. A little bit of leverage. Yield boost. Everyone wants to talk about yield boost. And here's why. Well, the bad news with yield boost, way capped on the upside. The double leverage Coinbase, CONL, was up 5.83. COYY only up 1%, 1.05. 18% capture because they're capped. But when you see a red day, like Robinhood, the double leverage, Robinhood I think was up. Was it? I don't know. The double leverage Robinhood was down 0.01%, pretty much flat. But HOYY was up 0.08%. And you see a lot more of that, when they're up, they capture much less. When they're down, like NVDL, double leverage NVIDIA, was down 3.59%, but NVYY only down 1.97%. So they captured about half of the downside. Let's see. BobX on Alibaba was down 0.45. BBYY up 0.45. So you see how these work. MSTU up 1.69. MIDI down 0.38. So when it's kind of flat, you'll see red and green on both sides, but if that makes sense. What else? Yeah, see the Qs, TQQQ, which is, that's a triple leverage, I believe, was up 2.3%. TQQY up only 0.04%. They only captured 1% of that gain. But again, in a green market, they're going to gain less. And a red market, they're going to lose a lot less. So we love yield boost. And they pay massive yields. So pretty much same stuff here. Some red there. The Mara double leverage was up 11%. MAAY was down 0.44%. So we don't like to see that. But it's X date for yield boost as well. They declared normally they declare Thursday, Friday's X date. They actually declared Wednesday, and Friday is still X date. So, and massive payment came out. So, IOYY captured about half of a 10%. They're at 5%. Nuggy, new fund, same. It's the same trend. Rigetti double leverage was down 0.5%. RGYY up almost 1%. And that's yield boost. Again, we do more in depth when they declare and when we do predictions, but just wanted to give you kind of a market overview with each of them. Overall, the double leverage funds, some are triple, were up 3.2. Yield boost on average was up 0.66%. They captured 20% of the gain, and that's what we expect with them. So on a green day, they will not go up as much. On a red day, they will not go down as much. Income Blast, Total Capital. I love these. I expect new ones coming out soon, before the end of the year. BITK, IBIT is the underlying. The difference with these are zero DTE trades. No overnight exposure, which is huge. And it proves it here. IBIT was up 1.02. BITK was up 1.28. They captured more. MSTR up 0.88. MSTK up 0.78. 88% capture. And there's only two of these are Income Blast funds. And the underlyings were up 0.95. The Income Blasts were up 1.03. They captured over 100% of the upside there. So solid. Roundhill, and they declared today on their single stocks. So I won't go. We kind of got the gist of what they're doing. And you guys know I do average of the last three payments. We'll start with AAPW. They went, I didn't delete the fourth one. Average of the last three. This is 4. So let's do that. There we go. So AAPW on Apple went from 28 cents to 25 cents. It is now a 35% yield. AMDW on AMD went from 97 cents to 26 cents. That was a massive payment last week. So they declared today 26 cents, 58% yield based on the last three. AMZW, 29 cents to 24 cents, 37% yield. ARMW on ARM, 34 cents to 38 cents. That's good, 51% yield. AVGW on AVGO went from 53 cents to 60 cents, what was declared today, 51% yield. BABW went from 30 cents to 43 cents. That's good, 46% yield. BRKW on Berkshire, 19 cents to 16 cents, 20% yield. COIW on Coinbase, 33 cents to 18 cents, 56% yield. COSW on Costco, 28 cents down to 21 cents, 29% yield based on the last three. GOO on Google, 53 cents to 72 cents. Google's been on a tear. It's now a 40% yield based on the last three. WHO on Robinhood, 78 cents to 52 cents, 58% yield. METW on Meta, 27 cents to 26 cents, 26 cent average, 37% yield. MSFW on Microsoft, 30 cents down to 12 cents. That's not good. 20 cent average, 25% yield. MSTW on MicroStrategy or Strategy. I'm trying to call it strategy. It's just very hard. Went from 14 cents to 16 cents, 73% yield based on the average of the last three. NFLW on Netflix went from 30 cents to 18 cents. That is a 39% yield. NVDW on NVIDIA went from 51 cents to 34 cents. And again, these are every week. 49% yield. PLTW, 51 cents down to 32 cents. 55% yield. TSLW on Tesla went from 31 cents to 35 cents. We'll take that. 53% yield. UBU on Uber went from 41 cents to 21 cents. That's not good. 37% yield. GDXW on gold miners, 59 cents to 42 cents. 45% yield. GLDW on Spider Gold went from 28 cents to 23 cents. 24% yield. And TSYW, which is a bond fund. TLT, Excel hasn't updated it yet, so I had to manually put it in. TLT was down 0.46. TSYW is down 0.45, so right there. Captured almost the entire loss. Penny less, or a percent less. 1/100% less. Where were we? They've only paid twice, 12 cents and 16 cents. Average is 14, and that's a almost 15% yield. But it's a treasury fund, so I don't expect a lot of yield there. And that is Roundhill. The winner, 77%, is the Ethereum fund, YETH. So that's pretty solid. Let's see. And we predicted these yesterday. We predicted a 41% yield on our predictions, and they actually are now paying 43% based on the average of the last three. The predicted yield is just based on one payment. So pretty close. We'll take it. 2% off. Less than 2% off. So that's Roundhill. Bitwise. You guys know I love Bitwise. Anything exciting there? We already talked about their declarations. Yeah, Coinbase was up 2.96. iKoi only up 0.27. But again, it's X date for Bitwise. They are monthly. Let's see. Mara was up 6.3%. Emra was up 4.3%. They captured 68%. And that's not bad for an X day. A record date. and pretty much the same stuff. Circle was up 10%, we said, and ICRC on Circle was up 7.85. They captured 78%, and it was X date, so we'll take it. Ethereum was up 0.48, and this is the ProShares Ether Fund, EETH, and IETH was up 0.04, so they only captured 8% of that, but again, X date. So overall, the underlyings for Bitwise were up 4.15. Bitwise was up 2.61 on average. That is a 62% capture. So green day, we'll take it. You know, we like green days. That's really all I want to talk about. Tomorrow, well, we can look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's always open. Bitcoin's up. Looks like it bounced right off of this around 84,000. You can see a lot of volume right there. And now they're up to here. They're about to hit the 20 moving average. And it actually almost touched it and came down. So it's down today. But we could see a trading range on here for a little bit. And then up to about here. Or at least the support line here at 99. But they are above S2, support 2 at 90,000. They're still above that. Maybe they'll bounce off of that and kind of bounce off the moving average. We'll see. But I think we're close to bottom on Bitcoin for now. Not financial advice. I think we're, close to bottom on strategy. Did I have that fund up? Yes. I mean, strategy's just down. Let me do this. You can see it's just down, down, down since, I think, July. But may have bounced off a point here. So we'll see. That's all we do. It's not timing the market, it's time in the market. So have a great Friday. Tomorrow we'll do top 10 and a portfolio update. May expand the top 10 a little. We'll have to wait and see. You got to watch the video. Other than that, hit the subscribe, hit the like, and none of this is financial advice. You know that. And throw in a comment. I appreciate it. Other than that, have a great day.